Heath, and fellow Toastmasters. I don't believe we have any guests today. We do have one. Okay, welcome. Hope you enjoy this. I did want to point out that following this talk is going to be a question and answer session, so I'd be a little disappointed if you don't have any questions for me. But if you do have any that pop up, you might want to jot them down for afterwards. I tell you, 6:50 comes quite early, and I'm a little tired this morning. I am happy to be here, and we'll be trying desperately to avoid the Harpy's cry of the ding throughout this. I don't think we could have found a better grammarian who pursues her field with such zeal and excellence. I am excited to be here today to talk about a field that affects all of us, and that is our finances. You'll want to pay close attention to some important and maybe disturbing trends that are happening in the financial arena. And if you prepare for these, you'll come out on top. But if you don't, then you could come out, in dire straits. So we want to avoid that. And I don't want to see anybody here at McDonald's trying to put a Big Mac on layaway. So we want to pay close attention to what we're talking today. Now, most of us took out a loan for the purchase of our self-storage facility. Most loans for commercial real estate are amortized for 20 or 25 years with a balloon payment due in 10, 15 years, something like that. And so what happens is we never pay off the loan in full, but end up every 8, 9, 10 years or so refinancing, pulling out a little spending money and setting up a new loan. It's the way we've always done it, and it's a beautiful way to go because the cash we take out today is tax deferred. And so long as we don't overextend our position, it's safe and allows us a little positive cash flow during the intervening years. But guess what? Things are about to change. The fall of the former bastions of banking, the credit crunch, the financial meltdown have created a whole new playing field. Credit is tight, and in talking to commercial lenders, it seems a whole new paradigm has emerged. It's true that the bailout packages given to banks has slowed the financial bloodletting, but make no mistake, it has not brought banks back to where they once were. Far from it. The credit markets are in the process of massive deleveraging, building up their cash reserves. And if the banks are holding on to their money, well, that means that they're lending out less for us. It also means they're a whole lot pickier on what assets they choose to lend on. Combine this with the exit of niche lenders and credit companies and finance companies, and we see fewer creditors lending on commercial real estate. Now, the commercial real estate debt in this country is estimated to be $3.4 trillion. And if we say a typical commercial loan is 10 years, well, you can divide $3.4 trillion by 10, we'll get a figure of around $340 billion a year that needs to be financed. And there simply isn't that much lender capacity out there. There's just not that much money available. And when it comes time to refinance, and the owner is facing a big balloon payment he can't pay, there's only one alternative, and that's foreclosure. Think about that. Foreclosure. Suddenly, this goose has been giving us these golden eggs all these years. It's going to seem more like an albatross around our neck. So, credit is available, but lending fundamentals are back in vogue. So be prepared when you refinance to undergo a lot more scrutiny, a lot more paperwork. Also, be prepared not to be able to borrow as much. Instead of 80% loan to value, expect 65% maybe or less. And now, for sellers, if you're thinking about retiring or selling out, think about the prices are going down. I'm sorry to break that news to you, but the Texas Self-Storage Association has estimated in the last 12 months alone that capitalization rates have risen from 7.5% to 8.5%, and that translates to lower profits for sellers. But like the old adage goes, every cloud has a silver lining. Those of you with extra cash now find yourself in an excellent position for acquiring new properties. The same situation that has caused problems for sellers is what's created a great buying opportunity for the all-cash buyer. And let's not stop there. Have you ever thought about lending? You could do that. You could lend money to your fellow self-storage facility owners who are facing hard times and having a hard time refinancing and might be facing foreclosure soon. So you could set up a loan for them. Not only would you be helping them out of a big jam, you would also be setting up a loan at a much higher interest rate than you would normally get for conventional investments. And you have an investment that's secured by you'd have a loan that's secured by the investment. So it's safe, it's high yield, and you're helping out your fellow self-storage owners. And that's pretty cool. And one last piece of advice if you're selling, be flexible. Offer owner financing, for some, if not all of the deal. Because if you can delay the full payout, the full payout of the loan for a few years, you not only avoid a huge tax burden for yourself, you also have a bigger bevy of buyers who will want to buy your property, and you can command a higher sales price. We're living in a tumultuous time. The flow of credit has gone from a raging torrent to just a mere trickle. But if you have not over-leveraged your property and you run a good business, you can get suitable financing. Maybe not what you're used to, but enough to get by during these difficult times. If you find yourself with extra cash, now is a great time to expand by buying facilities from owners who are desperate to sell and who might be facing foreclosure soon, or by lending them money and helping them out of the jam. And owners, don't overlook owner financing because it has a lot of advantages for you and for the buyers. Now these times will cause grief and havoc on the lives of a lot of self-storage facility owners, people that we know. But if you are prepared, you will find your greatest opportunity, whether you are buying or selling or just staying put. Thank you.